I'm Maddie, if you don't know who I am. Quick announcements before we get into this Q&A. If you want to listen to like the soundtrack to do with the book, it's in my bio on Wattpad. If you haven't, like, I don't know why you'd be on here if you haven't read A Star Is Born, but go check out A Star Is Born, Harry Styles fanfiction, written by me. If you want to check out my other books, they're in my profile in Wattpad also. But let's just get into this because it's gonna take me a while to explain some of these because like they're long answers, so I hope you guys are ready. Okay, the first question is from Mare, which first shout out to her because she's been with me from like the beginning, supporting me with this book. I freaking love her. So shout out to you, love you. She asked, how did I come to love Harry? Okay, so funny story actually. I was at like, I'm from South Carolina, so like we go to a lot of meetings, which is just like church. So I was at like, we were staying at a hotel with our church group because we were gonna, I think it was like in North Carolina or something. It was like a meeting there and we'd wake up and go that morning. So anyway, we were like in the hotel with my friend Sarah, and she showed me like the carpool karaoke of One Direction. And I was like, I feel like my mom, because I know she's gonna be on my butt about this, she like tried to get me into One Direction when I was little. She showed us like me and my sister Little Things video, and I know like everyone's gonna be responding to me now the second I try to make a video, but she showed us Little Things. She was like pointing to Harry and be like, oh my god, she's cute, isn't he? But I was just like, like I don't know, and I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of like secular music, because it's frowned upon, and I'll get into that too. But yeah, so I wasn't really like into any of that until Sarah showed me that video, and I was like, oh my gosh, like they're really cute, whatever. The second I started being a One Direction fan, it was like in middle school, and then they broke up, and I was like, great timing, guys. So then I like kind of just stopped listening to them. And then like I think one day, like a few years later or something, I think it was like my freshman year in high school, I rewatched the carpool karaoke, and then I saw Harry's. And then like once he just started those songs, I was like, okay, like I have to listen to this album. So I remember I was like outside, I had to like cut the grass like with the push mower. I couldn't just sit, no, like I had to go up this big hill and like push it up there, and I would be like jamming out to Kiwi and like Carolina. And that's my first memory, and like it just kind of fell from there. But she asked again, like, why do I love him? Okay, so why like Harry has such a like a place in my heart is because my family is less than accepting. So I had these like questions about well, number one, like I'm not saying all Christians are like this, but I'm just saying like it's kind of frowned upon to like have questions, and they're like, oh yeah, you need to have faith, but sometimes that's easier said than done. So I started like questioning like why certain things were right, like why they teach you to love but then they preach hate, you know? And I was just like I finally opened my eyes. I wasn't so blind. I was like, oh, why is racism wrong, and why is like why are you, if you're being like homophobic, why is that wrong? And all these questions that I should have asked like a long time ago. And then like I saw how loving and accepting and welcoming Harry was, and he was just kind of there when everyone else wasn't, and when I was too scared to talk to anyone about it, because I knew the second I did, they're gonna like blow up in my face and be like, oh, you're not saved, and all this stuff, because like they freak out when you have questions that they're too afraid to ask. And I was just like, well, screw it, like I'm sorry, I think a different way, but I'm not sorry anymore, but I used to be. So anyway, yeah, I kind of just like, Harry just became like this person that was just there, even if he wasn't, you know, and he has no idea that he was there. But he honestly like saved my life through that, because I would have gone crazy. And another reason why I love him is because like as a singer, I was always taught by my family, like not all of my family, but like my mom was like the one person, and her parents, which is my grandparents, were like the only people in my family that supported me in music. And that was really hard to like to grow up like that, and this thing that was a part of you. You know, you couldn't like show it. My dad like never asked to hear any of my songs. We never talked about it. He always is like, oh, they call it the devil's music. Like in the book, like that's really how they are about it. They think it's like straight from hell if it didn't fall right out of heaven. So that was like really hard. And so then I was like, oh well, it must be wrong. Like I must be wrong. So I kind of shoved that part of myself down for like years. And even though it was like I knew that's what I was supposed to do, like I knew it, like it was in my blood and in my heart and in my bones, like I knew I was supposed to sing, but I was too afraid because I was like, oh well, they're teaching me, they say it's wrong, so it must be, because I had like no opinion of my own because I was just following them blindly, like really I don't know how else to explain it. So yeah, like once I felt that like acceptance from Harry, I was just like, I remember I'm at my old house now, but I live with my aunt and uncle now. Long story. Watch my coming out video if you want to see that. Well, actually it doesn't explain all this, but ask me in the comments, I'll answer it, but that'll take too long to explain. But anyway, I was at my old house one night, and I was singing, like, I wrote it in the book, like it was a true story. I was singing like, I'll Never Love Again, or I was singing Shallow or something. And I kind of imagined Harry being there. And that's like a song that I really felt it, because like that's what was happening. You know, they talk about like Allie, like in the book, or no, I mean the movie, like A Star Is Born, like getting her out of that, you know, like that place. Like, tell me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world, or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? Sorry, I can't talk. And like I felt that, and it was like I kind of just imagined like Harry being there, and like me singing it with him or something. So I remember I went out like on the porch and I sang it again, like I sang Shallow, and I was just like, it felt so surreal, like, but it felt so real, like I don't even know how to explain it. It was just like I knew that I was supposed to sing like that for the rest of my life. Like I knew that then, and I was like, okay, I cannot run from this anymore. Like this is what I'm supposed to do. So that's when I really like, I was like, okay, like I'm gonna do this. So like then my songwriting just like came out. Like I stopped, you know, like most of the time you write love songs, but mine now are mostly about like just life and like doing what you want, like being free, and being accepted. And I actually wrote a song recently about, in Jordan's point of view, which is kind of like, I'm pretty much like, Jordan is me. like it's me. Like when I started, wait, hold on, I'll get to that question. I'll explain that later. But yeah, that's why, to answer your question, Merritt, that's why I love Harry, because he was just there when no one else was, and he helped me like discover like who I was, in like every way. So thank you, Merritt, and thank you, Harry. If you'll ever see this, which you probably won't, but it's fine. Okay, let's move on. Sarah asked, who do I see Jordan, not the same Sarah. She asked, who do I see Jordan as? I see Jordan like as myself. Like this is where I'm going to explain that, because the story like was kind of a way for me to escape, and without the book, like I honestly would have gone crazy. Like that was just a way for me to live, because I felt so stuck and I felt so trapped, and sometimes I still feel that way. But that book just like totally helps me just like drown everything else out and just like live and just breathe, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that's who I see Jordan as. And it was a way for me to become confident, you know, because Jordan like slowly becomes like who she's supposed to be, and that was a way for me to be that, even if I couldn't, like around my family. And she asked, will I carry the story on after this is finished? You're gonna have to wait and find out. I'm not telling you anything else. What inspired me to write A Star Is Born? Okay, so the kind of story behind it. One night I was in church, and like I said, like I would question everything, and it made me angry because like I'd never thought that way before, and I was so like frowned upon for doing that, and I was just pissed off, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Which I'm an open book, literally, my life is a freaking book. Just not like, this Harry's just not in it yet. I mean, not in it, anyway. So yeah, I was in church one night, and I would like write in my notebook to distract myself. And that's before the book, that's before anything. And I kind of had this, like, my mind was just wondering, and I kind of imagined Harry there, and he was just like, why don't you just leave? Like, why do you stay here? And I was like, because I have to. And it was just kind of like this inner thing to distract myself. And then I imagined him, like, giving me an escape and giving me a way out. And not out of church, but like just my life in general. Like, I just didn't want to be here anymore. So then, like, that night I came home and I kind of finished writing like that part of the story, and then I had this thought of like, oh, what if I was like at one of his concerts and I had a sign that said like, I wrote you a song. So then I literally just started writing, like, where the book starts, I started there, and like I kept on like writing. I had like to where they go to London, like that's where I stopped on paper. And I started, like, I would write in class, which don't do that, pay attention, learn. But, yeah, but, like, honestly, like, I was just not in the mindset to learn. And I mean, I had to have a distraction to, like, not go crazy. So, I would write on, like, in my notebooks. It was so scattered, you guys. Like, you have no idea how many pieces of paper I had to, like, go through and, like, put them all together to type it out on Wattpad. And my friend Stephanie, she was like, I'd heard of After, but I'd never gone on Wattpad or anything. And, I, like, went on there, and my friend was like, oh, you should write on there. And honestly, I was like, okay. Like, I knew my mom wanted to, like, read it. So I literally just put it out, like, for my mom to read and for myself to just have it. And then I remember, like, the first, I'm not kidding, like, 10 people reading it. I was like, Mom, like, could you tell about it? Like, why are people reading this? Like, I literally asked her that, like, dead serious. And she was like, I haven't told anyone. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I remembered, like, I was at the beach right before, like, I came out to my family. It was, like, a few weeks before. And I remember it, like, hitting 1,000. And I just thought that was, like, the craziest thing. And I was like, how? Like, and then it just kept on going, and it was just like, it is insane, you guys. Like, I did not ever think this book would, like, become what it has, and I am so thankful. Like, I seriously cannot thank you enough. Like, you're like my little family, and like, I just, like, oh my god, I seriously love you guys. Like, I'm not even being sarcastic. That's why I wanted to, like, do this. I wanted you to know me, and I want to know you guys. So, like, seriously, thank you, because, like, a part of, like, y'all saved me. Like, making the book, like, you gave me a reason to like keep the book going, and you motivated me to make more chapters and just like and do what I wanted to do and do what I knew I could, you know. So just thank you for that. This MIA OT5, which that means I had to ask because I didn't know, like, do I support all of them together, One Direction? I have to say no. I'm not. Don't come at me. I'm just not, like, I'm just honestly, like, I really just love Harry. I love Niall, but, like, not the same as Harry. But, like, I honestly just don't listen to the rest of them. I'm sorry, don't come at me, but that's my answer. Okay. Favorite Harry music video. That is a really hard one because I'm a sucker for Sign of the Times. Like, that's just so iconic. But I have to say, like, if I had to pick one, it would probably be, like, Lights Up, because when that song came out, like, that's when I realized that I was bi. And I remember, like, I said it in my coming out video, but I'll tell you, like, the short version. Like cut to the point, I was at a singing competition, and I came home and watched Harry on SNL, and at the end, he looked into the camera and he was just saying, like, do you know who you are? And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, I don't have a clue who I am, but what if I do, and I'm just scared to admit it? And then I just remember, like, I sat down on the couch and I muted the TV and I just, like, cried, because I knew, like, I accepted it. And it was never like I was ashamed. Like, I had already, like, accepted, like, which is around here, like, it's very, like, oh, it's a sin or whatever. So, like, I couldn't be honest about, like, what I did support, and that was a really hard part, about all of it. Like, just not being able to be myself. I felt like I was a liar and a hypocrite, even though I wasn't. I never wanted to be. It was like they were forcing me to be, and I wasn't like brave enough to like be who I was. So so yeah, like then that was in November of last year. So it was like a year ago, over a year ago, and I came out on June 6th, and I left, like I moved out in the same day. So like a lot of crap happened after that, which I don't really feel like talking about. But yeah, so that music video just has a special place. Like every time I hear that song, it's like I'm just like there again, and just like accepting myself for who I am, which is really special because I feel really bad for people that aren't able to be like honest with themselves and hate themselves. Like please do not hate yourself. Like you have fun. It's like just like it's okay. Like it's okay. Just love yourself. Please be confident. Be confident. Be proud of who you are. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's a reason for everything. So just don't be mad at yourself. Don't hate yourself. Just love yourself. Spread love. Choose love. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. That includes yourself. And even if you don't understand, even if you don't support it, like do not hate. Quit hating people. It's not right. It's not gonna solve anything. Sorry to break it to you, but it's not gonna solve anything. It's just gonna create more chaos. So the next question is, I get like on a rant. I'm sorry, you guys. Like I just end up talking about one thing, and I'm just like, where's the next question at? Why did I get into One Direction? I kind of answered that. My friend Sarah, got me, and my mom. Love you, Mom. Mayor asked again, is there any of my friends I want to put in the book and why? There's Mona is kind of based on my friend Stephanie, but not like I didn't want her there to be too similar, but that's like who my best friend is. And my family, like that's pretty much who they are. Like Sarah is my sister Sam. I don't know, Mitch is like my dad, Michael, and the step monster is Elizabeth. So hopefully she doesn't see this. She doesn't care. She's gonna see this probably. But yeah, like everyone, and obviously I have to like exaggerate it, but yeah, let's just say like the characters aren't too far from like themselves. So yes, I will probably end up putting more characters, like I might. I don't know yet. It depends. Why are they my friends? Why is Stephanie my friend? Because she's pretty much like, she was there when I was like changing into the person I am, and she always like supported me, and that means like the world, because literally no one else did, and when no one else knew, she was just kind of there. So that's why she's my friend, and I love her. What do they mean to me? My friends. I say friends, but really like I feel like I just have family and like one good friend. But I don't know. It just like, I feel like sometimes my friends mean more to me than my family, which like I'm close with my mom and like my grandparents, but that's like very, like the rest of my family I'm just not like able to be like myself. So my friends mean like the world to me, because like I can actually be who I am, and I don't feel like I have to have such a filter, and like I'm not walking on eggshells all the time. Like it's just like a place where I can curse and I could say what I support, and it's just very, it feels like a home, you know? So that's what they mean to me. Love at First Words. I love that username. Ask, what gave you the inspiration to write the story? I kind of explained that, me being in church and Harry asking me to like get out of here with him. Not like, I don't mean like that, you dirty minds, get your minds out of the gutter. But I just mean like taking me out like of there, like of Pickens. Someone asked why, I say someone because I literally can't read my own handwriting. Because like that's how bad it is, you guys, like it's bad. Why did I choose this to be the place that Jordan lives? Because I live here. It's not very original, but Pickens, South Carolina is a real place. Surprise! It's not that fun. It's very boring, and people here are very close-minded and very hateful. Not everyone, but the majority, which sucks. I'm not saying there aren't any good people, please don't like misunderstand me. But it's just like, it's kind of hard to feel like welcomed, I guess. Like it's, I don't know. I feel like I always have to have a filter. Let's just leave it at that. But yeah, that's why I wrote it, because it's here. It's like my home kind of, but like not. Echo, my cousin, Echo, ask, what were my top 3 names for Jordan before I decided to stick with Jordan? My middle name is Jade, and I was gonna go with that first, but then I was like, okay, Maddie, like, be original. So I think I just looked like on names on Google, and I found Jordan. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I just stuck with it. I didn't have 3. I literally just had 1. That's how not creative I am. I could also ask, who was my first love? We're getting deep, okay? I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail because they do not deserve it. But he was a guy named Brandon. And yeah, I fell for him. Like, I fell like hard, and he ended up being a jerk. Long story short. If you want that story time, let me know in the comments. At least 10 people have to ask for it for me to actually make that video, because that's gonna take a lot out of me. She also asked, did I ever think the book would get to as many views as it has? No, not a chance in hell. Like, I never thought, like, ever. I'm talking like I told you, like, I seriously didn't think 10 people would read it. Like, I never, like, I think it's at like 42,000. Like, that might not seem like a lot, but like, that's a lot. Like, I just imagine a room like with 10, like, that's a lot of support, and you don't know how much that means to me. Like, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you for who has read and who has commented and voted and just like supported me. And like, I see the nicest comments. They're not all nice, but we're not gonna talk about those, which they're not that bad, you know. People like, you know, people leave rude comments. It's whatever. It's just life, you know. You just gotta let them roll off your back, because the majority is love. So let's just remember that. Someone asked, is Harry my celebrity crush? If not, who is? Yes, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of weird because, like, writing him, like, in his perspective and everything makes me feel like I know him personally, but like I don't. Like, I've never met him. So it would be cool if I would be able to meet him. And that was my plan. Like, when the tour was still on before freaking Corona, I planned to like go to the concert and be like, I wrote you a song. Like, I actually planned to do that. And then everyone else would come to her. No, just kidding. Yeah, but that was my plan. And then Corona happened. But like, that's at least, like, that doesn't matter compared to what's happened, you know. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy. Yeah, just to say that. Be careful. Don't be stupid. Like, wash your hands. Wear a mask. And I don't wear one all the time, but like, just be aware. Be like considerate of others. That's what I'm saying, okay? Do my parents know that I made the story? To an extent. My mom reads it. My dad, my stepmom, everyone else could not care less. They don't like Harry at all. They think he's an F word for a gay person, which I freaking hate that word. So yeah, they don't care. They hate Harry. Which is stupid because they don't know. Like, I don't know him, but like, you don't have to be rude, you know. Sorry, my legs were like asleep. Oh, I literally can't feel my legs. Hold on, let me get situated. I literally can't feel my legs. So yeah, they don't know, they don't like Harry, so they're not gonna read the book. Which is fine. They probably don't want to know what's in there. Honestly, me talking crap about them is probably for the best. Not crap, I mean, it's true, like, most of it. Like I said, it's exaggerated. And then they ask, your opinion on the Candace Owens situation. Okay. You see how my face just dropped? Okay, let me just say this. Clothes are just fabric, okay? Like, was your mind just blown? Yeah, clothes are fabric. Like, a girl can wear a suit and no one questions it. And then Harry, not wanting attention, just simply wanting to wear freaking clothes that he enjoyed. And then she like comes at him. And then the thing that pisses me off is that she literally said like, oh, I'm not coming at him, but like, bitch, own it, own your shit. Like, I'm sorry for my language, but like, that's a lot like better than I want to say, okay? Because I'm trying to be kind. But I'm just saying, like, no, we're not gonna stand for that. So I left my comments. I was like, you know what, just choose love. You're literally spreading hate, and that's not gonna help anything. So don't like be hateful on someone. Like I said, if you don't agree, just leave it at that. You know, like, state your opinion, be respectful about it. That's the main thing. Like Harry, that post, he said, bring back manly men. Like, that was him, a way for him to, like, you know, get something out there. But he was respectful. He wasn't hateful whatsoever. But he got his point across. Like, live and learn from him, okay? Yeah. I don't want to rant anymore because I'll literally get mad. And like, I, on that day that happened, I think it was like 12 o'clock when I saw it. And I was like, hold on. And I made myself watch her live video. And I was just like, I literally stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning because I was so pissed off and I could not calm down. Like, it hit me, like, which it should bother you. Hate should bother you. So anytime you're like, okay, like, don't let that bother, like, you know what, hate should bother you. Just, maybe don't be as mad as I was about it. Okay, the next question. My mom, these are really good. I'm not just saying that because she's my mom. Why did I end so many chapters on, and I quote, freaking cliffhangers? Because that's what you do to make people read the next chapter, quite simply. Like in a show, you don't like, you know, if it ends all like happy, you're like, oh, okay, then I could like wait till, no, like you need to end it in bad sometimes. So people will be like, oh, I gotta read it again, which is like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Why did I choose, she asked, why did I choose the fight scene with Jordan's family at the time for Jordan to decide to sleep with Harry? If you don't know what scene I'm talking about, the fight scene is when Jordan comes back to Pickens and she tells her family off, and then they're like downstairs and she's like tells Harry like she's gonna fuck him. So I picked that scene. It wasn't just because like it was crazy or whatever. Honestly, like I feel like as Jordan, she would have finally been free. You know, like she always worries and she's a very anxious person like myself. So she always kind of has that in the back of her mind. So that was when she knew she had lost them, like she'd actually lost them and they didn't want anything to do with her. She was like, okay, well, I have no reason to care if I disappoint them, you know? So it really wasn't like, oh, screw you, like I'm gonna do this. It really wasn't about that. It was honestly about her and like being comfortable and just like being free. So, if I had to pick one song to be the theme song of A Star Is Born, what would it be? That's really hard because there's a lot I can think of. I think I'm gonna name 3. 1, 30 Seconds to Mars, This Is War. If you don't know that song, go listen to it. It's on the soundtrack for the book. And it's like, it talks about like it's the moment to live and the moment to die and the moment of truth and the moment to life, the moment to fight, the moment to fight, to fight, to fight, to fight, to the light. Anyway, I didn't mean to clap my hands that hard. But that just talks about like, I feel like it was war. Like even if it wasn't like physical, in her mind, like she always had this fight with her family and trying to accept herself and trying to be who she was, but they just kind of held her back, and she was just like constantly just like, oh, what, like, not that she necessarily cared what they thought, but it was just like she didn't want to deal with it, you know? She just wanted to be free, and like them not saying anything about it, just like, why couldn't they just be happy for her and happy? Like even my family, they've never said like, oh, I just want you to be happy. Like my mom probably has, but like they don't. They just want me to be like what they think is happy is, you know? So, and I'm not saying that for you to make me feel sorry for you. I'm just saying, or feel sorry for me. I just want to like, I'm just answering, you know, like, which like and I had to stop like caring so much. I was like, you know what, like I don't care. I'd rather like, I'm sorry like if I hurt you, but I'm not gonna continue to hurt myself for you to like accept me, because you're not accepting me, you're just accepting the parts that you like, you know. So that's not fair to any of us. So then the second song, Lights Up, it's just like, it's my song. And maybe Sign of the Times. I feel like that one is just like, it says like, we gotta get away from here. Like literally it's about like Jordan like getting away. So that's probably it. And I'll probably change my answers like if I think about it, I'd be like, oh, that would have been good. Yeah, but oh my god, this video's already 30 minutes. I have to hurry up. It's almost the end. Echo ask, would I ever dye my hair a funky color? I like when Billie Eilish had like that really light purple. Like I don't know if that's considered funky, but yeah, I probably would. And I thought about like a navy blue would be cool, which I probably wouldn't actually do it, but I could like, I don't know. If like a producer one day was like, oh, we want to dye your hair like red, like Allie, I would have been like, no, I'm gonna keep my hair, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, then my, oh, hold on, I'll save that one for last. Someone asked, am I a songwriter? Yes, I am. I've been writing songs like in the book. I've been writing songs since I was 6 years old. They weren't good, they were trash then. Yeah, I've been writing songs, and I really fell into it when I was 13, and I was going through like one of the darkest times of my life, and I was just kind of like, I kind of just fell into it, like, because I needed an escape before I could write. I always kind of sang, but like I said, like I always kind of pushed it down, like, oh, it's not serious, it's just like a hobby. But then like Carrie came along, and he's like, it's gonna be a hobby, you're just like not accepting it, but I accepted it now. So yes, I am a songwriter. Some of my songs are in my channel if you want to look at those. If not, it's fine, whatever. If I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? California, LA. That would be awesome. Like, I want to go to California so freaking bad. Yeah, I just think about it all the time. And I was talking to my mom about it, and she was like, I think you want to go so bad is because you know that's the place you could feel like you're at, how did she word it? Where I could actually like be in my, how did she word it? Like be in my own skin. I don't think I'm wording that correctly, I'm sorry, but you know what I mean, hopefully. Because like here, I just kind of hold back. I always have a filter. So that would be a place where I could just like let go and just be like I can breathe and be myself, and everyone's not gonna be judge every little thing I do. If I could switch, someone asked, if I could switch places with anyone, dead or alive, famous or not, who would it be and why? Do you see this one coming? Who am I gonna say? Harry. Yeah, because not even because like he's famous. Like I don't like. I tell people like I love him in spite of that. Like I don't like fame. I don't like the fact that he has money. Like obviously, like I'm proud of like the success he has. But I would just think it'd be really cool to see him like how he thinks, you know? And like especially as a writer, like I feel like there's so much I don't know about him. Like does he like spicy food? Like how would he handle him not being accepted like by his family? I don't know, like just like stupid random questions. How does he write a song? Like this man literally for his first single out of One Direction writes a freaking song about like a mother dying and telling her child like goodbye. Like who does that? Like who does that? That's so crazy to me. Like just the way he writes is like so just like insane, and I freaking love him for it. So yeah, I would just love to like write a song as him. Like I wanted to do it in the book, but it just does not work out. I just can't. Like I can't get to that point because like only he can do that. So last question is my question. Why is it that spitting, when girls spit, it bothers Harry, but he literally spits at every one of his shows? Like has anyone else thought of that, or is it just me? Like, honestly, Harry, like, why? Why does spinning bother you if you do it at every one of your shows? Like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. I think that was it. I think that was the last question. 35 minutes later. And I could have taken longer too, like, sorry guys. Yeah, so thank you so much for all your questions. I seriously love you guys. Like, you don't know how much you mean to me. I love you guys. Like, keep an eye out for chapters and important news. I'm just gonna say that. In case I don't post again, like, happy late Thanksgiving if you celebrate it, and Merry Early Christmas. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Hope you get to spend time with your families and your friends. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I will respond because I don't have life. No, I'm just kidding. I will respond even if I did. So I just want to say thank you again for all the support. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to Mare Bear. I love you. Shout out to Echo, my cousin. Shout out to my mom. I hope, like, I feel like I'm gonna get so much crap for, like, this video. I don't even know. I'm just bracing myself. But yeah, if you have any questions about me, ask me in the comments. I'll answer. Have a great day. Choose kindness. Choose love. Bye, guys. I love you.